Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I feel like it's been a minute since I was last on here and I feel like I start every video off by saying that, so I apologize. But today I am here to do an updated eyebrow tutorial as well as faux freckles, which is one of my favorite trends for summer. So as you can see, I am not in my typical filming setup situation. I am actually at a hotel in downtown Vancouver for a work trip. I am staying at the Douglas, which is an absolutely stunning hotel. Staff are so sweet. They even just brought up a little berry juice to my room. I'm here for work and I'm going to start shooting some content for them, and I thought that I would be proactive and film a little tutorial while I'm at it and getting ready anyways. So before I even go in with any product, I actually noticed that I have a couple stray hairs that I want to take care of before I go in, because I always think it's nice to have a really clean base before you apply any product. So I'm just going to go in with a spoolie and brush my eyebrows in an upwards and outwards motion just to get them into place, and then I'm going to go in with a pair of tweezers and just sort of clean up the edges. And I like to keep it pretty simple, honestly, and just stay true to the natural shape. So today I'm going in with the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I really like the consistency of this product, and I'm going in the shade 4, which is a dark brown. Obviously my hair is black, but in my experience I find that when you go one shade lighter than your natural hair color, at least for me because I have super dark hair, it looks a lot more natural, so I go in with a dark brown. So I'm just going to do one of my brows on camera from start to finish, and I'll show you how I do my left one. So I'm actually taking the spoolie on the back of the eyebrow pencil, and I'm just going to brush my hairs into motion. So just like before, I'm just brushing it up and out just so I can get it into place. Once I am satisfied with that, I am going to go in with the pencil. And before I actually go in on the eyebrow of itself, I actually like to warm it up on the back of my hands a little bit, because I find that when you warm the product up a little bit, it glides on a lot more easier. So I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand to warm the product up. And currently I sort of like that ombre look of lighter to darker, so I actually start in the middle of my brow and work out, because that's where I have the most sparse hairs. So I just use a very light feathery hand and work my way from the inside out. So it's always super important when you're using product in your brows to use the other end of the pencil to comb through it, because it will evenly disperse and blend the product out for you. So I always like to start off with my brows as the first step, because I really do think that eyebrows shape and frame your face, and I don't like to move on to anything else until they're like absolutely perfect. And I also find that when you're putting product into your brow, when you have like nothing else on your face, like no foundation or anything, it's a lot easier to sort of go over any areas that you made any mistakes. So if you drew outside of the lines a little bit, I always just use my finger, and it super easily glides over and erases any of the product that you don't want there. So that is pretty much it for the product that I am going to be using in my brow. Like I said, I do like to keep them pretty natural looking these days, but I am going to go in with some concealer to just clean and tidy them up a bit. I've used a couple of concealers on my channel before, obviously the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and the Tarte Shape Tape, which are products that I definitely live by. But I thought I would show you guys a different concealer today. This one is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Obviously, this one is a drugstore concealer, so it's a lot more affordable. But I really like this product, and I honestly find myself reaching for it in my kit quite a bit. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the applicator on this guy, so just like with the brow pencil, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and go in with a brush to clean it up. So this concealer that I'm using is in the shade Pure Beige, which is a color that more closely resembles my natural skin tone. I feel like a lot of people use concealers that are maybe 1 or 2 shades lighter than their natural color because they like that outlined look, but like I said, I like to keep my brows looking pretty natural these days, so I use a color that just more closely resembles my natural skin color. And then a trick that I learned from my friend who is a professional makeup artist is to use your finger to blend out concealer, because the body heat will transfer when you're blending and will blend it out a lot more seamlessly. So I just realized that I had something in my teeth from this drink that I've been sipping on. So if the camera picked that up, please ignore it. But I just finished the concealer on the bottom of my brow, and I'm not gonna go in with any on the top just because I feel like it already looks pretty good and I don't want it to look too like polished or manicured. But the last thing that I am gonna do is set my brow in place. And this is something that I just figured out on my own one day when I ran out of brow gel. I'm sure other people do that, and I'm not the person who invented this technique, but I'm going to take a different spoolie and a little bit of hairspray, and I'm going to coat it a little bit. And I'm going to run this spoolie through my brow to lock it in place and hold it. I keep on saying this is the last step, but if you really want to go that extra mile and have stunning brows, then you can use a little bit of highlighter on your brow bone. Today I'm going to be using the NYX Away We Glow liquid highlighter, and I'm just going to be placing it on my brow bone. So that is one brow fully complete. I'm gonna do the other one off camera, but can we please just talk about the difference? This is the one which hasn't been touched, and this is the one that is fully complete. Night and day. I'm gonna do the other one off camera and then come back to show you how I do my faux freckles. Okay, so I just finished my other eyebrow off camera, and now I'm gonna show you how I do my faux freckles. Obviously, you can put these wherever you like on your face, but I sort of like to concentrate mine around my nose and under eye area because that's where I naturally get them. I'm not sure if you can really see if the camera will focus or not, but I'm just gonna go for it. The great thing about this is that freckles come in all different shapes and sizes, so you don't really need to be that precise with it. So I'm just gonna go in with the eyebrow pencil again, warm it on the back of my hand a little bit, and just start dotting them in those areas. So it looks a little crazy at first, but I am going to go ahead with my damp beauty blender, and it's good if you even have a little bit of excess foundation over this, and I'm going to go over and blend them out a little bit and sort of just disperse the product. Gonna add a couple more. So to finish things off, I'm going to go in once again with that NYX liquid highlighter and just highlight the bridge of my nose. Always super important to leave a gap between the bridge of your nose and the tip so it sort of gives that dip illusion. So that concludes my little mini tutorial. Faux freckles are one of my favorite things to do for the summer because I think that it makes you look super sun-kissed and innocent looking. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one.